Hey, it's Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures. I'm here with the Ottocast Nano AI. This little gizmo hooks in your car, and it's basically bringing the power of ChatGPT in your vehicle just by speaking to it. It has a boatload of other features. I have no idea what to expect with this. It will work with CarPlay, Android Auto. It's plug and play. We're gonna plug it in and just see how much we can play with it. Let's go. Now, what exactly is the Ottocast AI Box Nano? Well, it's a little tiny box that's going to sit in your vehicle, and it's going to be an AI chat, human-like interaction, where you can say, hey, GPT, you know, I have a question or I want to do something. It has a small 1.8-inch interactive display. It's going to react to voice commands live and network updates and even syncs to your music. It's going to stay connected anywhere. It has a cloud SIM technology that keeps you online without Wi-Fi hotspots or a physical SIM card. Admittedly, I don't really know what that means, but we're going to find out. And you can switch between CarPlay, Android Auto, and the Auto Drive 2.5. It has 8 gigabytes and a 128 gigabyte combo. You can stay updated on the go. And it's going to be like your little co-pilot. Now, I know we all have strong opinions about AI. I'm a firm believer AI has its place in society, and if it can be a driver aid and answer questions, great. I'm curious how this will be any different than Google Drive, which I have on my car, but we're going to find out. Now, when you plug this little gizmo in, it's going to enable my cell phone to connect wirelessly. So I'll have the Google Play or Android Auto wirelessly by way of this device. In the box, you get the device. You get this little guy, which presumably is what's going to clip like to an air vent or something, I suppose. And they give you, of course, a USB-C cable, as well as an adapter. So a little envelope of like little things with 3M tape on them. So I guess that's a way that you might be able to mount it. That's all the functionality. But I suppose those are just little, I guess if you want, you can physically tape it to your car. And the way this clip works, you actually just unscrew this, and then you can put it somewhere, and it will hold like an AC vent or something along those lines. Like I could pop it right in here, and my little device would just sit. And then you tighten that up, and it clasp on. Okay, let's get this bad boy tested. I have my USB-C cable. I've mounted this where my cell phone was, and then I'm going to plug it up. And I'll run this cable a little bit nicer, kind of like that, later. But for now, this is how it's going to be. I'm going to tilt it up so you can get a real good view of it. And we have our little guy smiling. Apple CarPlay, some Ford audio services will be replaced while connected. Okay. I'm going to agree to the terms and conditions. For your safety, don't use a while motion. Drive in accordance with the law. Accept and agree. Now I'm going to select my language, English. Next. United States. Next. 12-hour, mile per hour, and Fahrenheit. 12-hour clock, mile per hour, and Fahrenheit. So if you put a SIM card in, it will stay connected anywhere, anytime without 4G. I'm not going to be doing that. I'll just leverage it off of my cell phone. I don't have a SIM card for this device. You can get connectivity with better connectors. sign up with your email. Okay. So now it's setting up. So quite the screen that it gives you here, that's for sure. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and cloud SIM or physical SIM. 4G. Cellular is on. So it's like it thinks, I guess it is connected. I haven't connected this to any internet. I'm very curious to see what happens here. So it wants me to scan this code, but when I do that, I assume it's going to take me to the App Store, and it wants you to download Autopilot. So I'm going to go ahead and install the Autopilot. So within the app, it says discover the cloud SIM and data plan experience. Lowest $1.01 per gigabyte. Doesn't really do anything when I click it. But they say the best signal powered by all. Scan to activate. Autopilot me scan to activate. So it looks like I have to switch it. So if you see what I just did, I said switch to the cloud SIM card. So let's give that a second. So somehow it was defaulting to the physical SIM. Okay. So I'm going to go back and worry about seeing how I connect to the data in a second. But if you go to settings here, network and internet, and then internet, I'm going to connect to my home internet here. And I'm assuming that's going to give me the functionality without a SIM card. So I'm just connecting it to my home Wi-Fi, and I am now connected. So I have, I have 4G service through this device, but I don't have it connected or paying for it. But you can see that cloud SIM in it. And then, of course, I have the Wi-Fi here. So plugging it in and away I went, no problem at all. You can click that little guy and see all the different apps. So I suspect right now it's going to connect because I am on my home Wi-Fi. So let's just use the web browser real quick and see what happens. Yeah, and see it connects. Perfect. And I can say, hey chat. I think that was the command. Was that the chat? Hey ChatGPT. Oh, it's actually, hey Nano. I thought it was Nano. Hang on. Hey Nano. Open up YouTube.
Sure. Hi, welcome to YouTube.
So it's basically just executing things, and then I believe it's going to just play, obviously, over my screen. My internet's a little sluggish here, I know, but let's see how this looks. Guess I need my audio up, huh? So it just plays, and that's decent functionality because you can see I'm reversing, I'm driving right now. In park, it will play, and then even in drive, that will continue to play. So you're getting that functionality out of the box. Hey Nano, stop. Hey Nano, exit YouTube.
Video protected.
So I'm trying to get to close YouTube. I don't know how that works. Hey, Nano.
We get this Land Rover on top.
Hey, Nano.
You get
Stop playing YouTube. You can see it picks up the audio really good. But that basic command of just stop playing YouTube doesn't work. So that's kind of humorous to me. And then, of course, you have all the other apps in here. You have Google Maps, just sitting right there. So if you go into Nano Service, it gives you all these different elements of what you can do. And then, of course, you could say, so like, hey, Nano, take me to BWI. And you can see it's searching.
To 7050 Friendship Road, Baltimore, Maryland, 21240, United States.
And then it just opens up Google Maps. And it's basically gonna just give you Google Maps functionality. What I'm struggling with is, how is that different than Android Auto? I would just say, hey Google, and it would do the same thing. What it doesn't do is it doesn't let you stream and cast on your screen. So that is absolutely a differentiator. And this also has the built-in SIM card. Granted, you're gonna have to pay for that data usage, but in theory, it would never be dependent on internet. Like, this is only working right now because it's connected to my home internet. If this isn't connected to my home internet, I would have to be broadcasting through my cell phone to connect. Hey Nano, what's the weather? What's the weather?
Sorry, this command is beyond my ability, and I can't understand it.
So that's strange. I mean, this is what I'm getting at. Like, I think on paper, this sounds like a great device. It's kind of expensive, though. But I have not seen any functionality that Android Auto hooked to my cell phone cannot do, besides the ability to play videos on my screen, which some of the other AutoCast devices will give you that functionality. I guess, arguably, you could say being able to have a standalone device with its own cloud SIM card connectivity is good. But you can see all the apps here that you get. It's, you know, you can full-fledged Play Store, so you can download pretty much endless apps, and you're basically getting a standalone, I don't know what this is, it's in Chinese. You're getting a standalone, it's Yahoo, that's interesting. Huh, don't need that. But you're getting a standalone device without requiring a cell phone. So if for whatever reason you didn't have cell phone connectivity or wanted it to be separate, this would do it, but you're going to be paying for that cloud SIM and that data, and I couldn't even figure out how to configure that because it didn't give me that ability. But you could theoretically just go into hotspot, and then you can say this can become a hotspot. Again, same thing you kind of do on your cell phone as well. I feel like I'm missing something with this device. I have Android Auto constantly hooked up to my cell phone, and I'm always getting 5G connectivity. And even when I asked Nano, hey Nano, what is the weather? She said it was beyond her abilities. So thanking, and then it eventually came back and said it was beyond her abilities, not doing it now. So I'm struggling with the use case for my application, but what I will say is it's a pretty cute little device sitting up here smiling at me. Very easy to hook up. It will natively Bluetooth to your cell phone. So all of that from a configuration standpoint is A-okay. And if you want to have AI functionality in your car all the time without bringing your cell phone, it sounds like a no-brainer to me. It's going to work and give you that functionality. For my use case, though, man, I'm pretty much glued. I have 2 cell phones. I'm pretty much glued to these bad boys. So I'm struggling how I'm going to use it in this truck. I got a short trip today. I'm going to keep it in here and just dabble with it. I'm going to hook it up to tethering off of my cell phone, and we'll see. But that is the Ottocast Nano AI. Let me know in the comments what I might be missing. I feel like there's just some use case that I'm missing, but it didn't seem more powerful than Google and Android Auto. But that's the device, that's the unboxing, that's how you hook it up. Thanks for watching and have a great day.